content creators, the impact of content creators in this current climate at the moment right now. I'm seeing a huge wave of content creators becoming extremely influential. I want to know. I want your opinion. Know what I mean, we all know we just saw Kai. Know what I mean, finish something historic with that 30-day. What was it, Mafia? What he called the Mafia thon?
The Mafia thon.
Much respect to Kai. Know what I mean, super shout out to the homie and all that. He from the Bronx, so you already know it's love. You feel me? And he a young man doing his thing. You feel me? So more power to you, my nigga. But yeah, I want to get y'all take. Know what I'm saying? Do y'all kind of think that the culture has somewhat shifted? We were used to, you know, the influence, which of course there's still some of that, but we were used to the influence being mainly in music and sports. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like content creators have they the wave right now as far as, you know, influence on on the mass. Know what I mean, so what y'all think? Do y'all agree with that? And if y'all do, why y'all think that is the case? Yeah, let me know. Come on, holla at me.
I recently started watching Kai maybe this year, or maybe the end of last year. I haven't been watching them long. But to answer your question, like anybody that's successful that connects to the people can be somewhat of influence, and especially if it could be a negative or positive. And right now, with the internet being so big and media and social media being so big, you have pretty much anybody on the internet can be an influence to these kids in general. And streaming is just another avenue for that. But streaming happens to be getting bigger right now. So shout out to Kyle, like you said, he broke 300,000 subs in 30 days, actually in like 28 days. It wasn't even a full 30.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, he did it in the month of February, and he was supposed to do 30, so he did 2 days in March, but whatever. But in the midst of that, like, he did a lot of positive things, but he still showed his back, you know, the hood side. He still showed his interaction. So he showed his whole life, and people could kind of relate to that more, especially with streamers, than a rapper or than, you know, the models or the person they see on the internet, because they don't really see all the aspects. They don't really get to reach out and touch them. Not really touch them, but like talk to them. You know, they don't get to read their comments and have that feedback and interaction. So I think the interaction of anybody that's at a certain stature can become an influence that could be positive or negative. But yeah, I think streamers and content creators are the new wave of influencers right now, and it's just the current way that the younger generation is feeding into they're feeding the information. I don't know.
So you saying that is more or less because they accessible. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like highly accessible.
Yeah,
like,
because
I can give you $5 and make a comment, and you're gonna respond to it. Like, matter of fact, I don't even have to give you $5. I could do $1 comment. I'm gonna use Kai's stream, for example. He used to say some crazy stuff. They'd be like, "Yo, Kai, something." Shout out to whatever, and he would do it. Like that instant interaction makes you kind of like, I don't know, it's like a drug to some kids, where it's like he read my tweet or he did this and that, and now you hooked on him. So now anything they do, you kind of mimic it. Like, I want to be a streamer like Kyle. He's successful. He had X amount of subs. I could probably do that. So I think the accessibility and the success, because it don't matter if you're accessible and you're not successful with it. If you just on the stream, Bash can attest to this. If you just on the stream for 8 hours a day and had 10 people in your chat, that ain't really influence, because you're not really successful with the accessibility. So it has to be like a combination of things.
I mean, but Kai ain't start from, you know, having, or, you know, he started somewhere. I mean, he ain't have all that from out the gate. You feel me?
He didn't, but if you notice, he didn't. But in the last 6 months, everybody been pulling up and messing with him now, because his movement is getting crazy. See, he didn't have the ability to have all these rappers pull up to his podcast or Blueface and them want to come to the house and interview. Hey, that wasn't something he was doing. He was doing e-dates. He was doing pranks.
Yeah, he was doing e-dates.
He was more a YouTuber. And then when he started getting popular and they start seeing like, yo, Kai's making moves. He's becoming the one streamer. He's hitting the front page of Twitch, and Twitch is really like backing Kai. It started getting crazy.
Now,
That's when all these people came out of nowhere.
now let me ask this, right? And the reason why I said the culture I feel like is kind of shifting a little bit is because I'm seeing the athletes trying to be streamers, trying to be creators.
Yeah.
I'm seeing rappers trying to be streamers, creators. Now, I want to ask Bash this specifically. Bash. Now, I mean, being a content creator, what is the difference between first of all, is there a separation between a streamer and a content creator? Or are they considered more or less the same?
I mean, technically, listen, this is how it is. Some people, that's a serious debate that people go at it all the time over. There is a difference, but then there's kind of not a difference because, you know, you can create a lot of content. You can be a content creator and just do it live and then upload it later. So it's a very window there. Like it's a debate that everybody goes through, and we even went through it. But I did in my opinion, yes, there most definitely is. You know what I mean? That's like, you know, you can press a button and go live and say, hey, I'm here. What's up, y'all? Let's play some games. Boom, boom, boom. Now, technically, you are creating content.
Right.
If I invite you, and you, we creating content. But it's a little bit different than getting a script, getting certain pieces, doing certain things, content creating, getting a story behind it, a narrative, like a whole idea. You know what I mean? It's a little different. So that's what it kind of is different, if you want to know. Yeah.
Can I?
Okay.
So let me ask you a question. And so is it comparable with saying a TV and a movie? Because a TV, like a live TV show.
Nah. That's kind of
like,
I wouldn't say that. I get what you're saying. Like one is less than the other. Like as far as production wise, you don't need all that on a. But it's not because you. In certain instances, you got guys that are streamers that are incredible, and they don't necessarily make tons and tons of content. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, I've never seen a successful. No, I have, but eventually they end up making content. Right. So I guess
I was about to get. That was my roll-up question. So that's what I mean by like the movie production. Like you have to take the time to edit the parts, create the different things. Like with a stream, you hop on, everything's live action, and the VOD is your content. Which is really not content. Like that's not what people like. Nobody's going on Twitch to check your VOD out. And if they are, it's not on the pace of a YouTube.
Yeah, you gotta be a lit. See, this is the thing, right? You gotta be a super duper lit streamer. Like when I first started watching people, when I first was introduced to content, like watching it, I used to do that. I used to watch VODs, and people were like, "Oh, what are you watching somebody VOD?" It's because I was so obsessed with them. And you know the content that they were making, it wasn't on YouTube, but I would watch the rebroadcast. But you got to be really like, you know what I mean, somebody worth watching for that. So that can happen because if you ever go back on Twitch and look, you'll be like, man, how did I get 1,000 views on this? Like somebody watching that joint.
But that's still the difference between a content creator and a streamer in that instance. Like that means they're looking past on something that you did where it's a content. You're in a moment. Yeah. You just created it. It's what's going on right now. Like
no, but see, you can upload that. Like you can do a full stream, which is exactly what Kai, Aiden, everybody does it now. Yeah. Which we all kind of followed that blueprint. You know what I mean? From like Soul Illuminati's, you know, my guy Fredo, all those guys. Troy Dan really didn't stream like that, but when he used to, you know what I mean? We all kind of follow that blueprint. Record it, upload it. So it's almost like if you're just a streamer, you're kind of down bad right now. Like, unless you got a really core audience, like, that just love you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you will not be successful. Yeah, you will not just be successful now in this day and age because it's so saturated. You know what I mean? But I wanted to say this because I know that's not the... But shout out to the streamers because those were the visionaries. Those were the people that seen this before it got here. That is very important to see beyond the trees. I preach this all the time. I live by this. You have to be able to see it. Some people are blessed to see it. I seen it. And people around me was like, yo, that's crazy. You're stopping rapping to content create and stream, you're bugging out. Does it look like I'm bugging out now?
Not at all.
Exactly. So you have to have a vision. Listen, when I used to watch Kai, this was before Kai was even. Kai was the last member in AMP.
Yep.
The last member. This is back then. All of those guys, Aiden, I used to watch Aiden back in the day, Nadex, all those guys, Flight, they were visionaries. They seen it before it happened. They knew that this was something. When people would, you'd be like, yo, I'm streaming on Twitch. Man, I can't even leave out. Shout out. It's so many people, I don't want to leave them out. But, yo, they were able to see, like, this is going to develop into something. You know what I mean? So that's important, man. And now they reaping the benefits of it. Everybody, Ninja, you name it, Dr. Disrespect. They thought he was crazy pitting on them shades and all his costume every day.
That's
They
your
thought
guy,
the
that's
man
your
was
guy.
bugging out.
Yeah,
That's my guy, man.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
Man.
Now let me ask you this
Yeah, I mean,
though,
really.
Bash. Before we get off this topic, you know, everything that goes up must come down. So, do you think, based off, you know, the big rise of, you know, streaming content, creating things of that nature, do you think that's something that's going to withstand the test of time, or do you see that as something that's going to be fading away in the future?
Nah, because this door opens up so many other doors, like movies, television, endorsements, Mountain Dew commercials. It's just all about having a exit plan and saving your money. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times the money is so fast. For 20,000, and then you know what I mean, you go blow it on a chain or something, or you get
Hold on,
a check.
you got a check for 20,000?
No.
Hold on, y'all.
But
We need to see the books, y'all.
Listen,
We need to see the books.
Some of my friends got millions of subscribers. Some of my content friends, you know what I mean? So I'm able to understand, you know what I mean, what they, you know, they say, yo, I just made 100,000. I just made blah, blah, blah. Of course, I'm looking like, dang, I'm still eating noodles and noodles, man. I wish I could make 100. But I'm happy to get to understand. It motivates you, you know what I mean? That's motivation right there. Like, yo, you really did that with that? I watch you do that. That's fire. You know what I mean? And that's what we need is motivation. But nah, if you're doing it right, because you got to remember, this get deep. It's two different checks. You're getting, listen, if you stream on Twitch, right? You stream on Twitch, you get your donos, you get your bitch, you get your subs, right? That's just one check. I'm giving y'all some game now. If you want, that's one revenue right there. Thank you, Father. Revenue. Now what you're supposed to do is take that and upload that to YouTube. Now that's a second bag, and YouTube pays the bag of the same material. So all you're doing is recycling. Now there's a thing called TikTok. So actually it's 3 revenues. You take that and you cut it into short forms of 15 to 20 seconds. Now that's another bag over here, not to mention you blowing up over there if you got dope content. So you understand where it's going. Now you got people like Best Buy hitting you up like, yo, I need you to endorse this because you're going crazy on the top. Now you got some people over at Manscaped on YouTube like, yo, I'm about to send you a check so you can promote that. You understand? It never stops. So, and then you're doing commercials, you're doing, man, it's gonna get bigger. It's gonna get bigger and bigger. You're gonna start seeing, I already seen it. And I'm not gonna say what movie because I forgot the name of the movie, but they had like a influencer in the movie. So, yo, hold up. And then on top of that, my boy Brian, he's a developer. He started as a content creator. Yeah. The man was a content creator, like he was a YouTuber, and now he develops games for 2K. So
yeah, that's fun.
Oh,